And it'll be, if only old people like you can read it, you guys are going to think, wow, what a cool, fancy way to get that tattoo done.
What did you just say?
Nick, take that part out.
Nope, we're going to leave that part in. Old people like me.
Welcome to The Cauldron, a podcast hosted by Ed Bolden-Grear, the creator of Ravensvale. In each episode, Ed will have free-flowing conversations about life, culture, and personal growth. Expect to hear from storytellers, authors, experts, life gurus, thought leaders, and influencers. The Cauldron is a place where concoctions of a lot of ideas are brewed down to potions that are sometimes important and useful, sometimes eccentric and bizarre, but always just what you need. The Cauldron podcast may contain explicit language and thematic elements not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Well, hey there, family. Welcome to the Ravensvale Cauldron podcast, where we gather around the mystical cauldron to stoke the embers of curiosity and ignite the fires of imagination. I'm your host, Ed Bolden-Grear, and joining me is my co-host, the conjurer of curiosity, Jacob Garner, a.k.a. Frady Cat.
Hello, everyone. In this episode, we're diving headfirst into the wild world of Reddit's Am I the Asshole forum, where people parade their dilemmas and beg the internet to deliver a verdict. We'll rummage through 3 juicy stories that showcase the bizarre and complex nature of human behavior and relationships. Join Ed and me as we tear apart these real-life dramas, scrutinize the fine line between right and wrong, and naturally, we'll sprinkle in our own personal insights and witty commentary. Buckle up, because we are about to have a blast judging some first-class assholes.
Hey there, Jacob. How's it going, man?
It is going so good.
So we're going to be talking about some assholes today.
My favorite topic, actually.
3 days until Valentine's Day.
It's crazy. I just felt like I just spent a bunch of money not even a month ago.
So question for you.
Yeah?
Do you got all your accoutrement to make a romantic dinner and to do all the things for your partners?
Yes. I have located and sourced a private chef service of sorts. I believe the name is Little Caesar's Pizza.
Yeah, very, very demure.
Yeah, it's going to be Italian, and here's the craziest part. They'll deliver it to my house.
Oh.
Yeah, so I got it like that in case you didn't know. So
you got it like that.
I'm going to be spending only the toppest dollars.
The toppest
dollars on my boys.
What is going on, though?
I actually am planning, they won't listen to this before the episode comes out, right?
Nope.
Cool. So I actually have a pretty fun idea of where I'm going to take them for dinner. So it's actually going to be 2 separate dinners that are going to take place back to back, which is going to be really funny.
So you're going to have dinner 1, dinner 2?
Yeah, I was even seriously considering having Zach sub in at one point. I go to the bathroom and then he eats my food, and then I just come back and be like, oh, anyway, sorry about that. I don't know. I'm planning something kind of silly, but it'll be fun. And besides that, Ed, I guess I should let you know, because you're my employer, I'm going to be getting face tattoos to commemorate my relationship with Ollie and Mytho. But it's going to be done in a really nice cursive font. It's not going to be trashy.
You can't read cursive.
Cursive.
You can't read cursive. You're a millennial.
It's going to be like my generation's version of getting Chinese symbols tattooed on him. You
can't read Chinese symbols either.
Yeah, exactly. So it's basically that. And it'll be, if only old people like you can read it, you guys are going to think, wow, what a cool, fancy way to get that tattoo done.
What did you just say?
Nick, take that part out.
Nope, we're going to leave that part in. Old people like me.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting in the spirit of all the different assholes we're going to be reading about today.
I know the biggest asshole. Asshole.
Anyway, guys, just like we did with our last episode, and we really want to drive you guys into our website and any of our social media, like on Blue Sky. Remember, you guys can follow me or Ed. Please let me know if I was being an asshole just now.
Yes, let us know. You can also join us for our next episode when Jacob's going to be talking about alien abductions and maybe some stuff about drones.
Oh, my God.
Drone activities.
Ed called me.
And his fixation on aliens.
I'm telling you, I'm so excited for this episode because when we originally planned it, all of this information about these mysterious drones floating over like New Jersey and stuff hadn't come out yet. Ed called me one night to talk about something completely unrelated, and he almost got me started on talking about aliens. I was like, Ed, we don't have enough time right now. So listeners, I'm really excited. You guys know, if you've been listening to our podcast for a while, you know your boy loves aliens. And they love me, I'm sure.
From the number of times you've wished you've been probed.
Yeah, I know. I volunteer as tribute, aliens. Please come to Earth. I come in peace.
You know, every day.
Every day.
Jared was saying the other day when we were talking about this, he's like, why would they probe us? Like, after they've probed one, why would they probe us? I'm going to go with your theory.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you know, aliens gotta enjoy themselves too.
So,
sorry, you guys got me started on the aliens.
Can we just move on with this one and not do that episode yet?
Okay, gotcha. All right, so these are super, super juicy. So listeners, we are going to read the title of the post and read the post in its entirety, and we will determine whether or not the person who posted it is the asshole. Am I the asshole for storming off from my sister's wedding after she dead-named my son?
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Yeah. The post reads, I am a 45-year-old single father of 3. Their mom died 10 years ago. Ooh, that's rough. Mm-hmm. I have 3 sons, Andrew, 17, Connor, 15, and Max. Connor was born female. He is trans. He came out as trans 5 years ago, and he has now socially transitioned, but not yet physically. My sister, 38 female, just got married. Me and my sons were also invited. My family has known that Connor is trans for 2 years now. Some have adjusted well, some not so much. My sister is pretty indifferent about it. Her wedding was really super well organized to the last detail. She wanted all the men to wear shirts and ties and then women's sundresses. I texted her a picture of our outfits the day before the wedding, and she said, "Where's Nia's dress?" I was a bit surprised and told her to not dead-name my son and that he'd be wearing a shirt and tie like the rest of the men there, or we wouldn't come. She said fine, and that was it. At the reception, my sister got mad that Connor was wearing a tie but didn't say much afterward. When we sat down at our table, the card Nia, I guess it's the card on the table, read Nia. I went to my sister and she said she used, quote, their real name, end quote. Ugh. I told her that I and the boys were leaving, and she told me, don't you dare cause a scene at my wedding. Nia can be a guy any other day.
Oh, God.
I called her a bigot, and we left. My family says I ruined her wedding.
Good. If that's all it takes to ruin a wedding, good. I hope your wedding was ruined. If that makes me a bad person, so be it.
Dude, I clenched my fists as I was reading this. This shit is so stupid. Oh my God. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for just a second though, right? Because I'm kind of torn. They said that Connor's been trans for 2 years now, and that the family has, understood that. It is a little weird that the father here sent a picture of the outfits the day before the wedding. Like, it's weird that they hadn't really discussed it, but did they need to?
I would say that as a family member,
yeah,
I think that, I think that it was okay that he sent those pictures. I don't think he was saying, hey, my son needs your approval.
Yeah.
I know that when we were getting married, people were sending us pictures that were in the wedding or wedding adjacent.
Okay.
A family.
Mm-hmm.
What about this? What do you think about this?
Yeah.
And so I think that's okay. I think especially since there was a strict dress code. You know, you either have a sundress or you have a shirt and tie.
Yeah.
I think that's as far as she should have taken it.
I think, too, I think the sister who was organizing the wedding, the bride, it would be different if they were paying for the outfits.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that could have been a cause for confrontation, and then maybe the father would have been like, well, look, if you're not going to respect it, we're just not going to come type of thing. Don't waste your money, sort of whatever. But I think that the worst part was Nia can be a guy any other day.
That makes me nauseous.
That is so gross.
That's so disrespectful. I think I have already used this word, but cringe.
Yeah, no, it's real cringe, man. I mean, it's also nuts to me to think that one person not wearing a sundress ruined the whole wedding for this bride. I get you can be a bridezilla sometimes and you want to control everything down to like the flowers on the table or whatever, but like
I don't think all that's fine. I was in no way a zilla of any kind at our wedding, but I knew what the flowers were going to look like. I knew when things were going to happen, and I'm just going to tell you, nothing could have ruined my wedding that day because we didn't take it that serious.
I just want to say too, shout out to the dad. You know, you're a single dad of 3. You stepped up when their mom died, and I think by you saying we're not going to take this and you making a choice to leave, that's going to show them that at the end of the day, I've had your back since your mom passed away, and I'm going to continue having your back.
To have your back.
So I don't think you're the asshole, man. I think that they made you the asshole, quote unquote.
I think they want to put that off on you, but I think your sister and your family are being assholes.
Yeah.
I mean, not as big an asshole as Jacob, but...
So here was the one about a wedding, and now we're going to have a juxtaposed post. Ed, why don't you hit it?
This one is, am I the asshole for wanting to go to the funeral of a girl that I helped get addicted to drugs?
Jesus.
Yeah. So, I'm going to take my glasses off for this one. I'm 26 and clean from heroin for 3 years. I was also a piece of shit and used to deal for a while. I managed to get with a beautiful girl named Marcy when I first started getting into the thick of things. She knew who I was, but she said she loved me. I will regret this for the rest of my life, but I was the person who shot up Marcy for the first time. After that, there was no stopping her. She stuck around with me probably because I was her dealer more than anything. But then I got clean and never saw her again for a long time. A year ago, she reached out to me on Facebook and told me that she had been clean for a few months. She said she didn't hate me for what happened and hoped I was still clean. Last week, I got a call from my sister, who told me that she saw on Facebook that Marcy had OD'd. And there was a funeral service this upcoming Thursday. I immediately burst into tears because I hoped this would never happen, and I feel so guilty over it. I want to go to the funeral service for her, but I'm afraid that my presence would be unwanted. At the most, I would slip into the back, pay my respects, and leave. I need to do this for myself. Am I the asshole for wanting to go?
Damn. Well,
I don't know why you gave me this one. Shoo.
It's tough, man, because, you know, I want to say congratulations for being clean. I hope you're still clean. You know, you said you were clean for 3 years. I'm going to say, yeah, you're the asshole if you want to show up to that funeral. I got to be real with you. I got to be 100% real with you. I get that this is traumatic and it kind of offers you a little bit of closure. But just think about how traumatizing that might be to the family if they know you played a huge factor in the reason why they're even there for a funeral, and then you just kind of show up. You know what I mean? I would say that if you really need to do this for yourself, visit her grave in private.
Yeah.
Say what you need to say there and pay your respects. But
because I understand addiction is an illness.
yeah, very much is.
Okay.
1,000%.
I'm torn in this one. My initial response was exactly what you said.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure that someone who's actively using, especially something like heroin,
Mm-hmm.
has the ability to make the best choices.
No, absolutely not.
And
it doesn't absolve them of the consequences.
it doesn't. No, I'm not saying that in any way. But if you have gone through the process for you personally and gotten clean,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to do this for you, I think there's 100 different ways you can do it.
Yes.
Where, kind of like what you were saying, you don't have to go to the funeral home for the service when everybody's there.
Mm-mm.
If you need to do this for you, find an alternative on how to do it.
Yeah.
But I do advocate that if you feel like you need to do this for you, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just be conscious of the pain you may cause to other people. And I think it's admirable you think you're just going to slip in the back, but I don't think that's feasible at a funeral. But I think there are other alternatives that could happen.
And I mean, God forbid, this person shows up, even though he's, potentially just going to slip in, slip out. What if a family member recognizes
Yep.
him? What if a brother does? And then the brother wants to fight him. Well, now they're dealing with a funeral and they're having to deal with their son getting arrested. I mean, I want to just say this and we move on to the next one. But the final sentence goes, am I the asshole for wanting to go? I don't think that
No.
makes you an asshole to want to go.
I think you become the asshole if you go
If you show up.
and you make a scene out of it, whether you mean to or not.
Yeah. I mean, I don't go, man.
Yeah. Now, I will say this one got me. That whole scenario really got me. But if you want to talk about being pissed off.
Oh, man. This next one's juicy.
Yeah.
So, am I the asshole for suing my girlfriend after she had my 1967 Impala project taken to the scrapyard? I'll try to keep this short. I had a 1967 Impala 4-door, and I bought it in February 2019. A few months ago, I bought my first house with a 2.5-car garage. I moved the car and started tearing it down for a complete restoration. I had the body in one bay, the chassis in another, and the garage filled with parts. About 2 months ago, my girlfriend came to live with me during this whole crisis, and the entire time, she has hated that car. She wants to park in the garage, but I have 2 acres of land with many nice places to park under shady trees or hell, even in a barn if it has to be inside. I told her, tough luck. It's my house, and it's not like I can just throw it back together real quick. Anyway, I was out of town for a couple of days on a business trip for the small local company I work for. When I got back, my girlfriend was all smiles, making me food all the time, doing all the chores, all that. I thought maybe she was just happy to have me home, but then I realized that I didn't see her car in its usual spot. I asked her where she parked so I can make sure I mow that area and keep it clean, and she said not to worry because she had parked in the garage. I asked her how, and she told me to go check it out.
Oh, no.
Turns out, while I was gone, she hired some people to come over and move everything related to that car, including the drivetrain, body, chassis, and all parts, and take it to the local dump/scrapyard. I was absolutely dumbfounded. I had spent over $11,000 on that car, including new parts, services, and the car itself. I told her that I was going to be taking her to court for the... I told her I was going to be taking her to court for that, and she brushed me off like I was being dramatic. That's so crazy. I told her that it's done between us and to pack her things and leave. I admit I was really angry, but I did end up getting a lawyer, and as I have all the receipts for all that money spent, and I have her on my house's security cam footage letting the guys in and watching them take it all, I think I can win. Her family and friends are absolutely blowing me up, saying it's a stupid piece of junk.
Wait. What the fuck does her family and friends
Exactly.
have any business putting their nose in this at all?
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
This is insane.
It just...
Her family and friends are absolutely blowing me up, saying it's a stupid old piece of junk and that she cannot pay back all the money I spent and that I should just let it go. But I have been putting all my time, effort, and money into that car for a year and a half now. And God damn it if I am not going to get justice for what she did. Am I the asshole?
No. I'm going to answer that question first. Now, he came back and had an edit.
Yeah. So he updated the post after this. So I think it's kind of interesting. All right. Thank you for all the support awards and everything, blah, blah, blah. I'm glad I have some people on my side. I got a call from her mom about 20 minutes ago, and she told me that I was ruining her daughter's life over a stupid car. I told her she ruined her own life. Yeah, no shit.
Yep.
I've been gathering documentation and stuff, and I'm about to head down to the police station and file a report, as suggested by lots all here. Once again, thank you all.
Now there's another update.
Dude, the saga continues. Update. I just went to the police station last night and was told to return in the morning. I just got back and filed an official report against her for grand larceny and grand theft auto. I showed them all the receipts I had for the car, the footage of her letting the guys come and take it, and the vehicle title in my name. They said that they would be in contact with all three parties, me, my girlfriend, and the junkyard guys, soon. And they will hopefully be able to recover some or all of the car. I just have to wait now.
And then there's another update labeled huge update.
So, huge update. They found my goddamn car. The junkyard guys apparently were in the middle of hiding it. When the police came to ask them questions. It was on a forklift, and they were just going to put it on top of a pile of cars hidden behind more cars. They said it was theirs and that they had the title, but obviously they didn't have the title for it. And since obviously they matched the VIN on the chassis and the body to the VIN on my title, it was obviously mine. I know at least one person there has been arrested. I think he was in the camera footage I talked about earlier, but I don't know if it was the boss or whomever or even his specific charge, right? They also told me that they would be looking into the specific junkyard for other vehicles reported stolen. Yeah, they sound shady as hell.
Yep.
They said that they haven't been able to get in contact with my ex just yet, but they're working on it. I'm just so glad they found my car. Luckily, I made quite an album of pictures detailing my tearing down of the car, so I can just use that to prove what parts they had were mine. I hope to get most or all of it back. The police haven't let me take it back home yet, as they say it's evidence or something, so hopefully I can get it back eventually. Thank you all so much for the support and advice. She's going to be all right.
So, hold on.
I assume she
The
means
girlfriend
the car. No,
or the car?
I'm pretty sure he's referring to the car there.
So I know that you are youngin'.
Yeah, I'm a youngin'.
So I just texted you a picture of that car.
Okay.
Not necessarily that car, but what that car will look like.
Yeah, let me see.
It's a sweet little ride.
Oh, it's beautiful. Holy.
Yep.
This is like the one from Supernatural.
So, yeah, I can understand being upset. But you know what? No, you're not the asshole.
Yeah, are you out of your damn mind?
Why would you even think that? First of all, we've already talked about it, boundaries.
Boundary, that's a big one.
And who the fuck moves into somebody else's house, is told no about the garage, and then does it anyway?
One thing that I'm really questioning is, did this girlfriend even get any money, or did she just say, get the shit out of here? Because that makes it even worse.
Yeah.
If she knows how much money this dude spent on the vehicle and all the parts, and she was like, I don't give a shit, get rid of all of it. Dude, and shame on these junkyard dudes.
It sounds like they're just shady.
Dude, that's so slimy.
Yeah, just shady.
That's hilarious that they were caught red-handed trying to hide it when the police showed up. No, dude, you're definitely not the asshole. You're basically asking, in a lot of words, but you're basically asking, am I the asshole for pursuing legal action against somebody who stole something from me?
And the answer is no.
No, you're not.
So, guys, tell us what you think about it. Go on over to our social media and give us your take on all of this.
Yeah, how would you react if you came home and somebody just basically stole 11
your car
grand from you?
Also, Join us for our next episode when we're going to be hearing
Yes.
Jacob drone on and on about drones and alien abductions.
I'm doing the hand thing. Aliens. It's going to be super exciting, guys. I really cannot wait for you guys to hear the next episode.
Now, family, you adults have a few chores to do. Go on over to ravensvale.com and see about doing your chores on social media. Follow us on all the social media platforms we made available just for you folks. Like, listen, subscribe, and follow wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you don't mind, please leave us a good rating and a kind comment. You can find the Ravensvale Cauldron podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Just search for Ravensvale Cauldron Podcast and hit the follow button so you can stay up to date with the latest episodes. So until next time, family.
See you soon.
The Ravensvale Cauldron is a production of Small Raven Media. Today's episode was hosted by Ed Bolden-Grear with co-host Jacob A. Garner. Audio engineering and sound design by Nick DeVan at Nicky D Sound. Copyrighted 2025, Small Raven Media. All rights reserved.